They're not gonna... Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
Hey, what's up everyone? It's that dude Derek, and today we're starting my new series, Can to Can Combat, where we get multiple energy drinks of the same flavor, face off, and see which one tastes the best so you don't waste your money on a subpar flavor. This series was inspired by the ongoing feud between Bang and the Monster Company, who happens to make this Reign energy drink. So basically, if you haven't heard of this feud, you can do a quick Google search, but I'll give you the rundown. So Monster here, they sued Bang saying, oh, you're putting all these feelings on your labels, as Garage Gym Homie would say, and saying, oh, you can't put super creatine on your labels because what makes it super? Yours says you're putting potent brain fuel and body fuel, but you're not putting a potent amount of any of your ingredients except for caffeine. So, you know, those are all false claims on your label. Well, they decided to sue them. They failed. So, since they failed, they're like, hey, we can't beat them. Let's join them. So, Monster decided to make Reign here. And it's basically the same thing as a Bang, except that it uses natural caffeine instead of the synthetic caffeine in a Bang, and I think they added some more electrolytes than the Bangs, but that's pretty much the only difference there. So they've not settled it in court, but we're going to settle that feud today, see which one tastes the best. So the reason that we started with the cherry lime flavor today is because this Alani NU flavor was just released on Monday, May 17th, so that was this past Monday, and this is called electric tie-dye, so that's why I decided to wear my tie-dye tank here. Let's get weird. If you ever watched Workaholics, you'll get the reference. We're going to see how this thing tastes today. Let me tell you, this thing was not easy to get. So these sold out in the very first day they were in the stores. I was very fortunate to have some help from Vitamin Shop. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to just give a shout out to that Parma Vitamin Shop, because without them I would not have got this. So make sure you give all your employees a raise. They really deserve it. Great customer service. I was very happy. And I want to give a shout out to my homie Dan Eisenhower, who runs Foundation RX in Strongsville, Ohio. It's an awesome supplement store. They only sell quality products. You're not going to find any garbage there. They have a huge selection of energy drinks. They're pretty much always in stock. Anytime I get the chance to go in that store, I do. Try to help a homie out. So that is it. Let's run through these labels really quick. And here we go. So first we have the Reign Cherry Limeade, which has 10 calories, 0 sugars, 300 milligrams of caffeine. They say they put some coenzyme Q10, electrolytes, BCAAs. This one is one of their newer flavors. They came out with this one and the white gummy bear, which I did review on this channel. So next we have the Alani NU electric tie-dye, which has 10 calories, 0 sugars. They put some, looks like ginseng in there, L-theanine, 200 milligrams of caffeine, and you can only get this one, I believe, at Vitamin Shop right now. It's an exclusive flavor. So next we have probably the oldest one out of all of these, which is the Bang Cherry Blade Limeade. It's 0 calories, 300 milligrams of caffeine, some EAA aminos, super creatine, ultra coenzyme Q10. So like I said, Garage Gym Homie would call this feelings on this can, but we're going by taste in this review, so I'm not going to discredit them on that. Next one we have is also a pretty new flavor, and that is the Adrenaline Shoc Cherry Limeade flavor. So they have these new ones called Accelerator, and these are supposed to be like a fat burning one that has some coffee bean extract, green tea extract, ashwagandha, and some dihydrocapsate. So I don't know if that's like a thermogenic. Kind of sounds like capsaicin, so it might be like a thermogenic thing there. 10 calories, 200 milligrams of caffeine. And the last one we have is the C4 Cherry Limeade. Wasn't even going to get C4 because this is more of a pre-workout than an energy drink, because it does have like beta-alanine, which gives you those tingles. It has some L-citrulline for pumps, and then it has some betaine anhydrous, which helps with like power output. So I wasn't going to review these, but I asked the guy at GNC, do you have any cherry limeade flavors? And he's like, my favorite one is that C4. I've had some other C4 things before, and I wasn't a huge fan, but we're going to find out today if it's any good. Alright, that's enough of these labels. Let the battle begin. So first we're going to start out with this Rain Cherry Limeade. Again, I said this is one of their newest flavors. So it smells kind of like a sour gummy, honestly. Definitely has like a little bit of sour smell and a candy smell to it. So, see how this thing tastes? So we are going to be doing some moderate baby sips on this episode because I can't be drinking 5 energy drinks. So we're going to try to drink a little bit from each one here. This one's really good, actually. No, like, bad aftertaste. That's the one thing with cherry flavors is that anything time they do sugar-free cherry, I always get like a medicinal, bad, artificial cherry flavor in the back of my throat. I'm not getting that with this one. I think I am going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5 because it's pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie. So next we're going to do the Alani NU electric tie-dye. I know most of you probably fast forwarded to this part to see how this one is. So we're going to find out right now. So this one smells more cherry than this one. This one was probably a little bit more limey. This one smells a lot more cherry, and I do see that it's more of a cherry color. Completely different. Far less sweet than this one. This one was very sweet. This one tastes more like a flavored seltzer. I mean, it might be because I started off with this really sweet one, but this one is definitely not as sweet. This one is naturally flavored, it says. This one has a like a very like natural fresh taste. It's kind of sweet at the end, but on the initial sip, you're not getting that much sweetness, you're not getting that much flavor, and then like as you swallow, you kind of get, you know, a little bit of hit of that flavor, but it's nothing potent as flavor goes. I am going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. So next we have the Adrenal Shoc. Let's taste this. So this is the most neutral smelling of all of them so far. Ooh. So by far, this one is the least amount of carbonation. So if you like something that's really fizzy, you probably won't care for this one. However, if you're one of those people that's going to take this right before they go to the gym and they're going to be running on like a treadmill or something and they don't want all that fizz like in their stomach, then this might be a better option for you. So this one definitely has an aftertaste, Both of these so far had zero aftertaste to them. This one, I'm tasting one of the ingredients in here that is not the flavor. I don't know which one it is, but I can tell you what, it's not Cherry Limeade, it's like a chemical taste. So far, I would say this is probably the worst one. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. Got the Bang Cherry Limeade, or Cherry Blade Limeade. This is probably the oldest one, like I've said. It's been out since they started making energy drinks, probably years ago. I've had this one a long time ago. So, I guess it is lemonade, not limeade. And off the smell, I get like a huge cherry hit. Like it smells like a cherry slushy or something, like a cherry icy. I don't get really any lime smell from it. So definitely not as good as either one of these, but it is better than this one. Oh yeah. Definitely better than this one. You know what? I'm going to go back and change this one to a 1.5 after I tasted that again. That just even tasted worse than the last time I just tasted it. I probably honestly wouldn't buy this again. So like I said, I changed this to a 1.5 because this one is better, but I'm only going to give this one a 2. I'm just not a huge fan of it. It does have a kind of a chemical aftertaste. Definitely not as good as these two where I didn't have that aftertaste at all. And lastly here, I got the C4 Cherry Limeade. Like I said, the guy at GNC, he said that this was the best flavor that they had for Cherry Limeade. So we're going to find that out. So it smells probably most like Cherry Limeade than any other one of these. I'm not getting a super like candy smell from it. Like this one smelled like I said like sour candies, like sour gummies. This one had like a natural smell to it. This smells just kind of like Cherry Limeade. So the reason that you might want to get one of these C4s is just because it does have a little bit of beta-alanine for like if you like those itchy tingles. If you don't like that, I wouldn't recommend getting this. So you might not want this like if you're going on a road trip. You might not want to be driving and scratching your neck and everything. And you know, this is going to help a little bit with like pumps as well. I might have to go again and change these scores because I feel like this is better than this. Yeah. So this one, carbonation's okay. Basically all the carbonations were good on these except for this one. But this one has like a kind of a more chemical aftertaste than this one, and it's like that artificial sweetener aftertaste. Like they didn't cover that up very well. Yeah, it gets super sweet at the end, like so sweet that once I got down to like half a can, that it's gonna be very hard to finish. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna bump this score up to 2.5 because it's definitely better than this one. So I'm going to give this one the 2 and this a 2.5. All right, everyone. Not bad.
Not bad.
I have my final rankings in. So the rankings while I'm tasting them, I wish that I could be 100% while I'm tasting it, but then when I taste another flavor, sometimes it'll change my mind. So we have in first place with the 4.5, we have this Rain. Yeah, that one's the best one. In second place, we have the electric tie-dye Cherry Limeade. If you like more of like refreshing than sweet, you might like this one a little bit more than that one because it's not as sweet and it's a little bit more refreshing. So that one I gave a 4. Next we have the Bang Cherry Blade Limeade. This one I gave a 2.5, mainly because it has a little bit of like a chemical aftertaste to it. The C4 I'm giving a 2 because it has a very sweet, almost unfinishable sweetness aftertaste to it. And lastly, Adrenal Shoc or Adrenaline Shoc, whatever you want to call it. This one gets a 1.5. I mean, I am going to end up finishing it. It's not unbearable. It's not like I have to throw it down the drain, but it has a very distinct chemical aftertaste. There's no hiding that. It's not faint at all, and the carbonation was kind of shitty in my opinion. So that's how I rank these. Our very first winner of can-to-can combat is the Rain Cherry Limeade, but a close second here, we do have the Alani NU. These other ones, I definitely wouldn't waste my money on. If I was in the mood for something sweet, I would definitely go with this Rain Cherry Limeade. If I was in the mood for something a little bit more refreshing and lighter tasting, I would go with this Alani NU electric tie-dye. So both of these are great flavors. This one is okay, and I would say these two I just don't like. So have our winner here. We're going to keep doing this, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know which one of these you think tastes the best if you tried them all. If you haven't tried them all, let me know what you think of these newer flavors like the Alani NU, the Rain Cherry Limeade. And if you've had this one, let me know if you got that same aftertaste. It's not that, like, this one definitely, without a question, was the worst one. So that is all I have for you. And until next time, I am out.